the Department of Higher Education issued orders on 17 January 2019 to all central educational institutions to increase the intake in all branches of study to provide 10% reservation to economically weaker section for scheduled castes to the SC, ST and OBC categories. The parliament to take a decision whether to provide for this or not.
No, you are
It
right.
may not have any impact on the constitutionality. Poorest of the poor who are otherwise not getting any reservation benefit.
No.
Even this affidavit, but absent this affidavit, it would not mean that the constitutional amendment fails. Poorest of the poor, even in the first reserved category, should be shifted. The economically weaker section, 10% which has come to my notice, that
Yes.
I am duty bound. But I undertake to place this in e-copy format as well as the bound format. It's only one page. Therefore, my lord, right now not in a bound format. Because as my lord, I have indicated that the government as a sovereign is responding to the my lord, wishes and aspirations of.
My lord, I am going to another.
Oh, yes.
Aspirations of several, my lord, and this is what, my lord, we have tried. Para 3, my lord, 1 and 2, your lordships can ignore. It is submitted that contemporaneously with the constitutional amendment, a decision was taken in order to ensure that the seats available to the reserved category and the open category are not impacted in absolute numbers. The Department of Higher Education issued orders on 17 January 2019 to all central educational institutions to increase the intake in all branches of study to provide 10% reservation to economically weaker section while protecting the proportionate reservations for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and other backward classes, and also not reducing the seat availability in the general category in absolute numbers in the year 2018-19. It is submitted that as per the calculations done in this regard, in order to provide 10% reservation for the economically weaker sections without adversely impacting the proportionate representation reservations to the SC, ST and OBC categories and not reducing the seat availability for the general category in absolute numbers as compared to admissions made in 2018-19, the total increase in intake has to be increased by approximately 25% over and above the intake in 18-19. It is submitted that a total of 2,14,766 additional seats were approved to be created in the central educational institutions, and an expenditure of rupees 4,315 crore was approved to be incurred to improve the infrastructure in the higher educational institutions. This is proportionate. Lord,
Solicitor, correspondingly, I would like you, not right now, to give the data over a period, maybe.
your lordships can.
Yes, give the data about the number of scholarships available to all people. Number of scholarships. There is a scholarships portal. What I have been able to get is a very limited. What is the kind of scholarship that you give for medical, engineering, and other professional courses, which are the subject of these central universities? The quantum of these per capita, scholarships, because we are looking at people, whether it's this or that doesn't matter. The poorest of the poor in all categories, ultimately, when they get in, what is the fee that they pay? What is the aid that the government gives? Because that is an important component also of affirmative action.
Lord, since it has fallen from your lordships, it's my duty to, my lord, provide that detail. Though I very emphatically would respectfully submit that those figures and statistics would be relevant for the parliament to take a decision whether to provide for this or not.
No, you are
It
right.
may not have any
No.
impact on the constitutionality.
No, you are right. We want to know. For instance, the National Scholarships Portal says that for a higher education, 82,000 scholarships are given throughout the country on economic basis. And there is a separate one for SC, ST. And well, I will not get a substantial amount is given, which is about 10 or 12,000 a year. Now, Similarly, for professional colleges or management colleges, what is the figure for even these EWS people to ultimately you're talking of the poorest of the poor or just marginally above that?
Poorest of the poor who are otherwise not getting any reservation benefit.
No,
Number
who are getting scholarships. So I just want to know.
Yeah, my lord, it has fallen from your lordships, it's our duty, we shall place.
Yes.
But that since they are getting benefit, why give them reservation?
No,
Maybe a
please.
policy issue, not a constitutionality issue. That's all.
Mr. Solicitor, we are aware of what we are looking at.
No, your lordships are aware, more than aware, my lord. Even, my lord, even this affidavit, my lord, absent this affidavit, it would not mean that the constitutional amendment fails. And with this affidavit, it would not mean that constitutional amendment is constitutionally valid. This is for to satisfy your lordship's conscience. If, my lord, there is some my lord, doubt that this might have an impact on the general candidates who are otherwise meritorious. And if your lordships have any doubt that these are three silos, three separate zones, and if your lordships were to take a view that poorest of the poor, even in the first reserved category, should be shifted. One of the economically weaker section, 10% should go there. It would result in two things. A, double reservation in the first category. And B, it would substantially amount to amending the constitution beyond the intent of the legislature.
Very well. Thank you, sir.
And a scholarship would also be merit-based as well as, my lord, need-based. I, my lord, subject to the verification.
Sure.
And last request, my lord, the learned AG wanted to place a note. My learned AG has not placed any note. My lord, which we will file it by tomorrow. My lord, he is in the process of preparation. I'm seeking my lord's leave. It would be your lordship's question and, lord, possible answers on behalf of the government on constitutional. Lord, I'm grateful.
Thank you.